2021 marked the fifth anniversary of the passing of legendary boxer and philanthropist Muhammad Ali. Hi, I'm Michael D. Lee. On Thursday, May 20, 1982, a few months after Ali's final bout with Trevor Berbick, the late Larry Cotler and I interviewed Ali about a wide range of topics. The taped interview then ran on WHO Radio's Saturday Sportsline program, May 22, 1982. Re-listening to the interview, I'm almost certain Ali was suffering from the early effects of Parkinson's, though he was not officially diagnosed until 1984. The interview has been edited to exclude extraneous segments occurring during the first and last parts of the interview. Here now is that interview with Muhammad Ali on Saturday's Sportsline Memories.
When did you make your decision to retire permanently from boxing, Muhammad, and go ahead and decide to fulfill your goal in life?
Well, I made my decision after I hit my 40th birthday. In my last fight with Trevor Berbick, I saw that I couldn't do things that my mind told me to do. My body told me to react, but I couldn't do. My mind told me to react, and my body wasn't ready. So that was time to quit, and I'm lucky in that last fight I didn't get cut or hurt, so I'm lucky to get out that way.
Muhammad, this is the co-host of the show, Larry Cotler. Welcome to the program. I wanted to ask you, going back over your career, what was your inspiration in sports? What got you into boxing?
Well, I started boxing in 1953. What got me into boxing was somebody stole my bicycle when I was 12 years old. I went to a home show to watch a display of frigidaires and stoves and appliances, household appliances they used to sell and promote every year at this building, Columbia Gym. And there I rode my bike right after Christmas one year. Somebody stole it. Reporting my bike to a policeman downstairs in the same building. He was training boxers in this gymnasium. And he made a joke. He says, why don't you learn to box, and one day you can catch the guy who took your bicycle and beat him up. So I took the application, went home, and a couple of weeks went by, and I decided to go back to take up boxing, thinking I would catch the guy that stole my bike and beat him up. But I never found the guy. I never got the bike, but I got my Rolls Royce.
Well, that's a little better than a bicycle. Over the years, Muhammad, you've become more than just another boxer and another athlete. Why do you think this is? Is it because of your outgoing personality, or what is it about you that has afforded you celebrity status?
Well, you're all right. They ring me as the most recognized man on the planet. People of all races and religions see me. They stop me or shake hands, autographs. What's made me so popular is the boxing, mainly the Islamic religion, the Muslim faith. See, the name Muhammad Ali, when you say Muhammad, all people from the East, from Africa, they listen to your show. Places like Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, Algeria, Sudan, Morocco, Afghanistan, Lebanon, Syria. There's 1 billion Islamic people in the world. The name Muhammad, worldwide, there's 4 billion people on earth, 4,000 million. Every third person's name is Muhammad. So when I accepted the Islamic religion, that made me more popular than average people who are popular. Then when I denied the Vietnam War, took their stand at that time, that really shook the people and made me popular. When I joined the Islamic faith, which was ran by Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X at the time, that caused the controversy. Then been a black man bragging and boasting, I'm the greatest, and been so positive in a time where they were taught that the black cap was bad luck. If I threaten you, I'm going to blackmail you, get put out for charity, you get blackballed, black laws play is bad. So here's a black man talking so loud and so positive and being successful. All that gave me extra attention. So yeah, all this up is bigger than boxing.
Muhammad, let's get off the subject of religion for just a moment and talk about boxing once again, other boxers in particular. You probably know that Sugar Ray Leonard suffered an eye injury perhaps in his fight with Thomas Hearns last year, recently had eye surgery, and it's questionable whether he'll ever return to the ring again with that eye in perfect condition. If you were in Sugar Ray Leonard's position, what would you try to tell him?
Well, if the doctors tell me that, I heard somewhere that when the eye heals, it'll be like it was the first. Well, if it's like it was the first, and there's no chance for having repercussions, I would continue fighting. If there's any chance that a punch or something could hurt me for life, hurt my eyesight for life, I would quit fighting, because it's a known fact that in his prime he's going to get hit in the eye again, his head's going to be jarred, and if I knew it would hurt me for life, I wouldn't go back. But if there's a chance that if the eye's back to normal and the chances are the same as they were at first, I'd fight again.
It's awfully hard to give up boxing, isn't it? I mean, just taking a look at the history of the men who've been in the ring, you made a comeback, Joe Louis made a comeback, we could cite other boxers. History would seem to be on the side of Sugar Ray making a comeback.
Yeah, well, what's so good about myself? My lawyers fixed it where I saved most of my money, and Sugar Ray's worth about $15 million after taxes. So being worth $15 million after taxes, he really can quit if he has to.
Muhammad, what do you remember as your greatest fight? Would it be the fights that you had with Smokin' Joe?
Yeah, Thrill and Manila.
And what do you remember most about these particular fights?
I don't remember nothing much, nothing really. I'm not really a fan. I'm really more a spiritual person. Boxing I only use as a platform to get known where I can spread my faith. Now I'm working on building an Islamic mosque throughout the country, and I'm on an Eastern tour, meeting kings of different countries, which are Islamic, to start an evangelistic program to travel the world, represent the faith. So I don't remember much about boxing, just something that I use as a vehicle to launch me in my spiritual work.
Muhammad, you sparred with Larry Holmes, and I wanted to get something of an opinion from you regarding the forthcoming fight between Holmes and Jerry Cooney. How do you think that fight's going to turn out?
I think Cooney could easily knock him out if he gets the punch in early or late on. And I think Holmes could outbox him if he can stay away. He uses speed and don't get hit. So it could go either way. Whoever, if Cooney gets him first, it's over. So I can't say.
What do you think the state of boxing in this country is right now, Muhammad? Are you pleased with it? Are you pleased with the work the organizations, the WBA and the WBC are doing, or do you think there is room for improvement?
I don't know much of it. No, it sounds stranger. I know nothing about the WBC or WBA, just know my name. But I guess they're doing the best. Boxing seems to be doing good. It stays on television. Boxing, like baseball, football, there'll be low points and high points, but it will always go on.
Well, you know, you're partially responsible for the revived interest in boxing, Muhammad, going back to the early 70s. You certainly played a part in that.
Well, I did my part, but boxing has done a lot for me. We all help each other. I've done a lot for boxing. They've done a lot for me. So there's nothing to brag about.
Muhammad, Larry Holmes is something of an enigma. He's always seeming to demand that the public take notice of his accomplishments. This is something you never had to do. People took note of you anyway because of your personality.
Well, he's a nice fellow, but he come in my shadows naturally. I imagine he feels that way, but I think he cheapens himself. He shouldn't demand that people recognize him. He should just let them do what their heart asks them to do, and just do his thing, and just pay no attention, but makes it look bad when you ask the people to recognize me.
What is your ultimate goal now that you're out of boxing?
Well, I'm strange to say, I'm in the hotel business now. I just completed a hotel. It's been kept kind of quiet because it shocked so many people. I just built a $44 million 600-room hotel in Virginia Beach, Virginia. It comes as a shock to you.
Yes, it does, especially thinking since you're such a spiritual man. Why would you want to own something that costs that much?
Because I need the money to help propagate my faith and also to convert many people who are afraid of the religion. People think that if you're Muslim or you change your name, mainly black people, the white man will stop you and you'll be hurt and you can't make money. Well, my money and my things are used to show them I'm making more money and being big as a Muslim than as the Christians, per se. So when they see me not be stopped and me successful, that knocks her out. But God knows the intentions. My intention is not to be rich, not to boast, but to show I got a big pretty Rolls Royce. I don't like it, really, but I gotta have it when I go to Los Angeles balls with Bill Cosby, Flip Wilson, Sidney Poitier, Dan Carroll, Donna Summer, all the superstars. I gotta get out my Rolls Royce too. If I get out my Volkswagen, which I drive most time, they say, hell, he's a Muslim. Look what he's got. He's broke. He's in poverty. So you have to have money and be influenced. Like you call me on your show, and I talk about these big hotels and yachts and talk about billion-dollar contracts on all refineries. I'm getting ready to work with the Sudan now. I'm putting up a $950 million refinery, and I get 10% of the money for introducing the man to the president. Stuff like that is prestigious. People listen to money. They like Rolls Royces. They look at big hotels. So, see, it's like fishing. Christ says, follow me, I'll make you fishermen of men. So my bait is the money, my bait is the hotels. And then they come to hear me, they get hooked with truth, but I need bait to draw them. So the hotels and Rolls Royces and the big talk is just bait.
Muhammad, I'd like to ask you a philosophical question since you're apparently away from boxing and into the spiritual realm of things now. I'd like to ask you if your love for humankind is conditional or unconditional. Would you help anyone who is not black? Does your help extend to that kind of...
Call a Jewish old folks in New York and ask them when they were going out of business last year, who gave them the $200,000 cash.
So it does go beyond just
all
black
people.
Muslims.
We help all people, all races. God knows no color. God helps all people. Black, brown, red, yellow, white. So this is what's so great about the Islamic religion. Now it's taught by Wallace Muhammad. During the Elijah Muhammad days, it was black Muslim, black this, black that. But now everybody joins our faith because we picked up the same way that they do in Mecca, Arabia, and the Middle East, where we got white Muslims, brown Muslims, yellow. You don't call him a black Christian or white Christian or yellow Christian. He's just a Christian. So we got Muslims of all colors.
Muhammad, why did you decide to come back and fight this last time against Trevor Berbick? Was it money? Was it pride? What?
No, it wasn't money. Money was good. I can't be lying to tell you, $3 million I cleared after taxes there. But the money wasn't the money, but it was just a record. 4-time champion is just supreme. 4-time champion, 3-time now, I don't think FBB, but the 4-time. There's just the glory involved, the greatness. The 4-time world heavyweight champion is just unreal. No man has ever had a chance. I had to do it. No man has ever had a chance to do it 2-3 times. No man has had a chance to do it 4 times. I had to take the chance because I was the only man who could do it. Why do we go to the moon? Why are we going to Mars? Because it's there. Because we have a chance. I tried because I'm the only human great enough to say I fought for 4 times.
But I assume that was the last time. Now you don't anticipate any future comebacks.
No, I was crazy. I can't do it now. And I'm too old now. I was too old then. I took a chance. And God, Allah blessed me not to be scratched, not to be hurt. My image, I'm surprised. I've been so popular, so big, even the loss didn't hurt me. If I come to your city now and walk downtown, all the traffic stops, Times Square last week in New York, all the traffic jam, 10,000 people, policemen coming, firemen, whole chaos. everywhere I go. I don't know why, but I seem to be the biggest human on the face of the whole planet. Even all the boxers who still champion can't draw what I draw, walking the streets in the world. In any country I can go to, God has blessed me to be so popular, and that's why I use it to help God, to work for God, to help people tell truth, because I am the most recognized face in the history of the world since God made the globe.
I'd like to return to why you decided to fight Trevor Berbick. You had more money and more prestige and more notoriety than you knew what to do with. Why try even for a fourth time to get the heavyweight title?
If I wanted 4, I would have tried 5. I'm trying to tell you. Didn't I ask you? No man could ever fight. No man has ever had a chance to do it 4 times. I would have thought about it all my life. It would have worried me. After I got old, I would have said I should have tried. And you seem to be worried about it. I'm not worried about it. It was just a boxing match. People lose every day. I'm still 3-time world champion. I didn't lose that. I'm the 3-time heavyweight champion. If I fight for it again and lose, I'm still a 3-time champion. That can't be taken. I'm the 3-time world champion. That never be smeared.
In your opinion, Muhammad, what is the eventual fate of the globe? There are Christian eschatologies which say that the world will end in a ball of fire. Personally, with your goals and trying to help humankind and your self-admission of being the most recognized man on the face of the globe, what does all add up to?
First, not my self-admission. Some white man in this country who does surveys, some book I read that they said Muhammad Ali is the most recognized man on the whole earth since the time of Christ and today. They said that. I'm repeating, so we can't say self-admission. I just want to put that on record that some powerful man who happens to be European, he did a survey, and all the world, to show my picture, I'm more popular than anything that ever lived on earth. And I just want to get that straight.
Okay, fine. Now, what's the fate of the world, then?
The fate of the world, if I knew that, I'd be God.
What do you hope it would be?
Well, I just hope one day all wars stop. Every man, regardless of his religion, will be allowed to worship with no hindrance, and people will all help each other. And this is dream talk. I don't think we'll ever see this. And exactly what's going to happen, I have no idea what's going to burn, when's it going to come. As God says in the Christian Bible, of that day, of that hour, of that moment, no man knows. Not even Jesus, the Son, not the angels. Only God knows that day. So I know I'm the greatest boxer of all time. I have a lot of wisdom. You might be shocked at what I'm saying now, that I have the knowledge I have, but I'm not that wise. I cannot tell you the hour that God says no man knows.
It was pretty heady stuff for me back then in my mid-20s, being able to interview probably the greatest American sports figure of the past 100 years. In the end, I'm grateful I had a few short minutes to interview the man who called himself, and remains in my mind, the greatest. Thanks for listening. For Saturday Sportsline Memories, I'm Michael D. Lee.